Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of My Chaotic Budget. My name is Sandra and on this channel we do all things budget related when it comes to mine and my husband's paycheck, and we are currently on a journey to become debt free, one credit card at a time. And so far we're doing pretty well. But for this video what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do a review. We are going to review my recent purchase of the Baddies and Budget blueprint. And I went ahead and I put it in this A5 binder. This here I purchased from my friend over at Coffee and Budgets, Clarissa. I went ahead and got this from her Buy Me a Coffee. I thought it was really cute. I know it looks a lot better, but my printer was not being a friend. And I went ahead and I laminated it so I can have a cool dashboard for my budgeting book. So I like it. I like it a lot. And then you'll see here, this is the first page of the budget blueprint from Baddies and Budgets. Now, I do have my real numbers in here, and I tried to cover everything that I could because, of course, this is something that I want to use for our personal accounts and everything. And as I was taking a look at it, it is pretty well detailed. I am very impressed with this. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Now, like I said, I did put in a lot of my own personal numbers, but you start off here at the very beginning with just a couple of budgeting notes pages, dot grid pages, and then it goes into your yearly goals. So right now, this is where we are. We are in Q3 of July, and I put down my goals here, but these are not big goals. These are just some small goals from bigger goals. So I have that here, and then things that of course are going to come up and how much it's going to cost, etc. And then the next pages here is our sinking funds. Now this is something that I would use if it was the beginning of the year. So this is something that I would probably use in January because I would like the whole year to plan my stuff out, which is something that I have done, especially for Christmas, for car maintenance. But I do want to try to build this up, and this is a very, very helpful page, but it's not something that I'm currently using. And the same thing goes here for the yearly bill tracker. I feel like the amounts that we pay change, and that I wouldn't feel comfortable putting in an amount because it may be $31 this month, but let's say later on when I pay it down, it becomes $26, and then I'd have to find a way to change it. And no, I'm better off just not keeping track. At least that's how I feel for myself. This might be something that you find helpful. And then yearly subscriptions tracker. This would actually be something that I could see myself using because as you will see in just a little bit, I did find out that we do have a lot of subscriptions, and I do need to talk to my husband about that to see if, there's anything that he would like to probably minimize, or if not, then that's fine. We can make it work, but still. And then the next one here is the yearly debt list. This is the same thing where I feel like my numbers change constantly, and it just feels like, I don't know if I'd want to do this maybe at the beginning of the year. So that way I could say, okay, this is where we are with our debt. And then I could check it at the end of the year or the start of the next year and then see where we made a difference. I mean, that I could see working. Now here you will see I did cover up some of my other numbers that I'm not currently sharing with you guys. But these are debt payments right here that I am sharing with you all. And I really do like this debt payment tracker. I really, really, really am enjoying seeing this. I can check it out, and I don't put the balance until after the interest has kicked in. And so now I have written down when the statements come out, which is really helpful. I didn't know that that was a thing, but it is. And so I wrote those down now, and now I can know when to check to see when the interest comes out. I did try to see if I could write down what my starting balances were. It doesn't have a spot for that, so that's something that I just thought would be important because then I'd like to be able to track, okay, where am I at now? Like, I love to see this. I love to see how Target, when I initially started it, it was at $19.48 and now it is at $11.50, and that's with interest already kicked in. And then I'm trying to keep track of how much interest is being paid so that way it can motivate me to get it done faster. So I'm excited. We're making progress on Target, which is our current credit card that we're trying to tackle. And you can see we still have plenty more to conquer. Now, what you can also include, of course, is your vehicle payments or your mortgage if you wanted to, but that's what I would probably put in these next 2 pages, but I'm not doing that currently. And then here you can see this is the monthly overview when you get into your first part of this. And you can see I do the highlighter method. And so this past payment or this past paycheck that my husband got on July 3rd, we did that in green. So everything that was highlighted in green needed to get covered or needed to get paid. And so the next paycheck is going to be in pink, which is going to be my paycheck and my husband's paycheck. And then that means we'll have to cover everything that is in pink, etc., etc. So yes, there's a spot here that says notes, make a big payment to Target. So this month, when my Target payment is due on the 24th, I'm hoping to make that big payment using savings challenges, using the extra debt payment money and the snowball method. And hopefully the payment will be above $500. That's my goal. That's where we're at. So I do have this. I do like the monthly overview, but I've always enjoyed having a monthly overview. So I'm glad that that is part of the budget blueprint. You turn the page and you can see you can do a monthly budget, and you can see I wrote down all of the paychecks that should be coming in or income that should be coming in. The variable expenses, what I put here is the groceries, dining out, gas spending, and miscellaneous. So I did put that here. And then fixed expenses are going to be like my mortgage, are going to be my light bill, going to be my telephone bill, my cell phone bill, etc. All of that would be here. And then this next section that is covered up is subscriptions. And we have a whole list of subscriptions. You can't see them all, but they're there. And so it's kind of something that we need to look into, especially I told my husband, I go, we need to sit down and check this out, because having a monthly overview is super cool. And that was something that I wanted to do or tackle this quarter, was to do a monthly budget, to do a monthly overview. And not just for YouTube with the numbers that I share, but also with my own private numbers. And I feel like this budget planner does a really good job of helping you set that up. Now, something that I feel is missing, and I probably would hear this from several other people, is that here it says amount, where it should say budgeted and then actual. And that is the columns that I feel is missing in a lot of this. I do like this little section where you can check it off that it's been paid. I love that. But I do wish that it did have that, where it was budgeted and actual. That is not here. So that is not something that you will see in the Baddies and Budgets budgeting blueprint. Here is where you put your debts. So these are all the credit cards that we pay throughout the month. And so this here is what we're tackling. These are the ones that I'm currently sharing with you all. These are the sinking funds. So all of the sinking funds, what I plan to give for the month. Like I said, I wish it had said budgeted and actual. I feel like that's the only thing that's missing. But I don't know if it's because of space and that's why they didn't put it, but it's something maybe they should look into, maybe a different layout, trying to figure that out. I don't know. And then here is going to be the extra savings and investments. And that is where I put my extra debt payments that I'm going to be putting in for the month, my savings challenge that I have in my high priority binder for myself, emergency 1K, what I plan to give this month, and then savings challenges, what I plan to use for the month for savings challenges. So this is super awesome, super duper awesome. And then you go into your paycheck breakdowns. Now, what I like about the budgeting blueprint is that it actually gives you 5 weeks. It gives you 5 weeks of paycheck breakdowns. I don't need 5 weeks, but for anybody who is having those magic months because they're paid every week, or they're paid on a Monday or Tuesday that throws it off and they always have 5, I think that that's pretty cool. But this is only a 6 month planner, a budgeting planner. So that's something to think of. So yes, you'll see it here. So the paycheck breakdown, then it goes with your income, your variable expenses, your fixed expenses, which are your bills, then your subscriptions, your debts or your credit card payments that need to get made, and then your sinking funds, that you have for that month. And it does look different here because it does allow you to write in what your totals are that you have within your account, which is pretty good, or your envelopes. I think that's very helpful. That is pretty cool. But like I said, I wish it had said budgeted and actual. That's the only thing I feel is missing. So like I said, you'll have 5 of these. I do have my next paycheck breakdown ready to go. So then the next thing that you will notice after the 5 paycheck breakdowns, let me see if I can get into one of these that's not being used. Yeah. So you have your paycheck breakdown, and then after your paycheck breakdown, then you'll see your weekly check-in where you can do a meal plan, which is really nice. I don't meal plan. I should, and maybe when the school year starts, maybe that's something that I will do, especially for dinner, because I know for breakfast and lunch, we're all at work or school, and that's taken care of. But maybe I might want to do that for dinners. And then you'll have it where you do, you'll have the cash breakdown. So the cash breakdown, then you can say what your categories are, what you're going to want. This doesn't have enough categories for me. I already figured that out because I tried to use it for my own cash stuffing this past recent time, and it didn't work out. I didn't have enough pages, so I just took one. I took one of the pages out, and it said it was going to be my travel page so that it'll travel with me, and then I'll just erase it every time that I'm going to use it. But okay, so then after that, at the very end, you have your expense track, and then you go further in because you get 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of expense trackers for the whole month. Then you go in and then you have your monthly results overview. So what I did was on July 1st, I went ahead and I put the numbers that we had for all of our envelopes. And what I'll do is then at the end of July, I'll go ahead and say, well, how much did we add? Where were we at? Did we have to take out? Like right now, I know medical is at 0 because I had to go to the doctor. But we got paid on July 3rd, so I know that we added money here, but who's to say that we don't get sick again? I mean, hopefully we don't, but you know what I mean. So yeah, these numbers will change, but at least we can see where we're at. So I know within all of my envelopes then, we have a total of 2,072, but that's not including these over here, which are going to be my extra debt, my high priority savings challenge for myself, my emergency 1K, and the savings challenges. So here it doesn't show, but I didn't know exactly how to use this. So all I know is this. My cash binders have $1,816. My high yield savings account has $1,110.50. So this is the total that we have all together, which this is amazing because this time last year, I was struggling just to buy stuff for my kids when they asked. And now I have money that I can pull from. This whole budgeting thing, the zero-based budgeting, works wonders. And I'm loving this planner. I really am. It's helping me see things, but I am also seeing how there's some things that are missing. Also here, of course, it says your categories for your debt. So this is like all your credit cards, I guess. What did you pay? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to use this yet. I do know that there is a video that helps, but I just thought I'd go ahead and just try to see what I could do on my own, and then a little section for notes. So this is what has it here. And like I said, this is a 6-month. I do recommend using an erasable pen. Erasable pens for budgeting is like a must, because if not, then you're going to be rewriting and like scratching things out. It's gonna be a mess. But I mean, unless you're like my girl that I've been watching, Dreamy Budgets, Brittany, she is hilarious. I love watching her budget. I will watch her videos from beginning to end because I don't know what's gonna happen next. And she wants to be sponsored by Bic, the White House. I love it, but she does it with such an amazing attitude and energy. I'm gonna watch her every day of the week. So unless you're like her, I do recommend using erasable pens. And yeah, so then we would do this cash breakdown again for the rest of the month, and we would see where we're at. So my overall review of this is like, I prefer this for my real numbers. However, when it comes to the information that I share with you guys, I prefer this from the Simple Budget. And this one does have the budget and actual. Like that in itself, I can go with. I know that it's a little different here, and I do need to update this because some of the things we had changed, like what we had for rollover, etc. But I will go into that later. But yeah, so this here is something that I prefer to use on YouTube to share my numbers that I do share. And then this is something I will use for my personal stuff, so that way I can keep track of the multitude of debt that I have. So that's my thoughts. This is really, really awesome. I love the budgeting blueprint from Baddies and Budgets. It was on sale for the inserts only for $29. I think it's a really good investment. If you think about it, it's $29 plus, let me say, the tax that's here in Texas. So that's $31. Hold on. Yeah, it comes out to $31.39. Divide that for the 6 months that you can use it. You're only paying about $5 and some change, you know, for each month. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's really cool. The other thing I was going to show you is that I did purchase this as well. This is something that I wanted to use for my personal numbers. I wanted to show you a little bit of the comparison between, oops, I'm carrying stuff. Now this is a big one. This is an A4. This is like huge. I like this A5 size a whole lot better than the A4. This is just too big for me. This really is. And then this will show you how you're supposed to use, let me see if I can open this up. See, you have to have a lot of space. Oof. So this will show you almost the exact same stuff. There's a couple of things that are missing from here that are not, that are in the budget blueprint. And I'll go over those in just a bit. But you can see you have your yearly goals, you have your sinking funds, just like the other one, your bill tracker, your subscription tracker, your debt list, and then of course it does have here for your debt payment trackers, which these I love. This I really, really do love. But then as soon as you get into, let me see here. Oh, it's so hard to turn. If you don't want that struggle. All right, so you have your monthly calendar. It has the same type of setup. You do get these gray boxes to put the numbers in, which I think can be helpful. And then you'll see the exact same setup here as you do in here, but let's double check. Okay, so you have your income, you have your variable expenses, you have your fixed expenses, you have your subscriptions, you have your debt box, you have your sinking funds, you have your extra savings and investment, and then you have your monthly breakdown. So then when you turn the page, it goes into your first paycheck breakdown. Now, in this one, in the quarterly planner, you only get 4 weeks. That's it. You're not given any more. This planner, you get 5 weeks. Now, that's for this planner. I don't know if when she does an update, she's going to take out that extra week, but for now, if you get this one, it does have it. So then you see the income here. You see the variable expenses here. Here, the fixed expenses are here too, but notice how on the paycheck breakdown, it has the paid little section. This one doesn't have it. This one is missing it. And I wish it didn't miss it because I do like checking things off. Then the same thing for the subscriptions. It doesn't have this here. So that's missing. And then it goes into debts. It doesn't have it where you paid it off, which I love this. Why doesn't it have it here? Why doesn't it have it? Oh my gosh. Okay. And then you have your high priority sinking funds, low priority sinking funds. It splits it up. This one just goes combined. And then you have your extra savings and investments, and then the paycheck breakdown. And then it does say up here 1 through 4. Up here it says 1 through 5. So you can see that that's already a difference. Now when we turn the page, it goes straight into the next paycheck breakdown. You come over here, it goes into the weekly check-in and then a cash breakdown. And you don't get that. You don't get that here. You don't get the weekly check-in or the cash breakdown. So that is something that's absent from the quarterly planner. And then let's go through all of these. So you have all 4. And then when you get to the end, it does give you a weekly check-in here. And that's based on your category. So like if it was me using this, I would probably put my groceries, dining out, gas spending, and then anything else that came up, like something that I had to pull from. So like I had to pull from medical this week, I would put medical that I had to take it out. It wasn't budgeted that I was going to take it, but I took it, and etc. You know, something like that. So you do have this. It's funny though, because she does give you 5-week check-in. So strange. So you only get 4 weeks, but you get 5 weeks to check in. And then you also get a habit tracker here. There is no habit tracker in this one. Okay, so then once you see the weekly check-in, it does give you an expense tracker. Just like how it is here at the end of the month, you do get your expense tracker. But this is an expense tracker for that, yeah, for that month. Okay, and you get those pages. And then you have your monthly results. So that's very similar to here, your monthly results overview. But it has it plus or minus in one column, whereas over here it has it in 2 separate columns. And then you have it over here for your savings and investments and debt. And then here you can track your credit score. Not here. This is just notes. So if you wanted to track your credit score, you could. And then when you turn the page, you get a dot grid note page. You turn the page, you're automatically into the next month. And that's where you're here. So then it does it again. Now, what is at the end here of this one, the budgeting blueprint, is you do have this here. You do have your 52-week savings challenge and you have your 26-week savings challenge. So if you wanted to do these, you have it here. So if we go to the end of the quarterly planner, you go over here, you have your magic month. In case when you buy this quarterly planner, you have a magic month during that quarter. You have a 30-day no spend challenge, and you do have a 30-day no spend challenge in here as well. You have 2 of those. And you come over here, there's another one. So you have 2 here as well. But that's it. That's all you get. You don't get what you get in here, which is a 52-week savings challenge and a 26-week savings challenge. So that's something to consider. And this is only 3 months. So if you think about it, if this is only 3 months, let's see if we can do the same thing. This cost $25, I think, more or less. This is about $25. So $25 plus, let me go with my taxes that are here in Texas. So this comes out to $27.06. If I go ahead and I divide that up into just the 3 months, this ends up costing way more. This is $9 a month. Whereas if you go with a 6 month, it was only $5 and some change. So it just depends on you. What are you feeling? Let you know you can get the most out of your money. If you're not feeling like you can spend $29 over here, because it's on sale, just the inserts, not the binder, etc. Just the inserts, $29. Take advantage of it while she still has it. Or to get this, which is, of course, $29. The full year Intentionally Rich planner. I did buy this. I was going to save it for another unboxing, but, you know, I'll just go ahead and I'll show it to you now. So I did buy the small one because I figured, hey, this is more or less the size that I want. It is a thick girl though, so we do have that. I wanted to see how similar it is to this because I really like this setup. Comes with some inserts that you can have, a meal planner, bills tracker. I think the other one is a subscription. Yeah, so you have that. Okay. Let's see what we got. So you have your yearly goals, your sinking funds, your yearly bill tracker. If I use this, this will be in January. I'm not going to use it anytime soon. I'm going to finish using this one, the 6-month one, because I really like it. Yearly subscription tracker, yearly debt list, debt payment tracker. Okay, and then you go in for your first month. You got your monthly calendar. Okay, so this looks the same. You have your monthly budget. You do get the little tick offs here. Okay, you have your income, but you still don't have budgeted and actual. That's still not there. Okay, and then you have your paycheck breakdown, and it will only give you 4 weeks. Based on what I can see here, you only get 4 weeks. And let's see. So if we go to our paycheck breakdown, then you don't get those little ticks. Man, it's missing. Wow. Okay, I really like that feature. Okay, well then you have that, you have that. It doesn't split these up into high priority, low priority. It just keeps them together. And then it goes straight into the next one. And I think the reason why it goes straight into the next one is because it has these little inserts. So you can put it in here and you can have your meal plan, etc. And then here, 4 paychecks. And your weekly check-in, your habit tracker like before. So this is very similar to the quarterly planner. Your expense tracker, monthly results overview. Right here, the same thing. And then a little dot grid. And then you go into the next month. Okay, so this here, let's take a look and see what the price is on this one. I don't know. I'm still enjoying this planner, the A5 binder planner. I'm still liking this one way more. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm liking it so much more. Let me go to the Baddies and Budgets website real quick. Okay, and it does come in a pink color as well, but I went with the neutral because that's my style. So right now it costs $59. So let's do the math here on this one. So $59 plus 8.25% taxes. So that's $63.87. We divide that by 12. This is pretty good too. I mean, the price here. So every month you're investing about $5 and some change to take care of your month. So this is not worth the money. This here is not worth the money. So I will never buy this one again unless I need to, but this is not worth it. I would rather invest in the 6-month if it came out the same way, where it has the 5 weeks. It has the little tick off. If she were to change the actual and budgeted sections, I would much rather have this. So now that I've kind of taken time to see what the cost is, you're paying too much for this one. It may have a lower price point, but you're paying too much for what it shows. So this one, and I'm glad that for right now, I bought this when it came with the all-in-one kit. So because it came with the all-in-one kit, I got more stuff. I didn't just buy this by itself. So maybe as an all-in-one kit for beginner, maybe it is worth it because you get more stuff within that package. But I wouldn't recommend buying this by itself. All right. I could be wrong. I mean, everybody has the right to do whatever they want. They really do. But I'm just letting you know. This was my honest review. You got to see how I'm using it. And my future plan is to use this starting in January. I really like it. Unless I like her updated A5. If there's one that comes out and then I don't end up using this at all and it's a waste of money. But We'll find out. We'll find out, because I do want to be able to keep better track on a monthly basis, but I have to have consistency first. All right, guys, that's all that I've got for this video. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. If you've used the Baddies and Budgets, or if you haven't used it and you're thinking about it, you're on the fence. I do not know how long she will have the inserts on sale. So if that's something you're considering, take advantage of it while it is on sale, or when she throws another sale. All right, guys, I gotta go. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.